The skies above Earth roared with the sound of wind and rushing air. A cluster of tiny human figures plummeted toward the ground, their bodies streamlined, their parachutes strapped securely to their backs. From the ground, they looked like falling stars, streaking through the atmosphere with precision and daring. Above them, hidden within the veil of a wispy cloud, hovered the Varan scout ship, a vessel of sleek curves and radiant hues that seemed to blend with the sky. The Varan, an advanced and cautious species, had come to Earth as observers, studying its inhabitants from a distance. Direct contact was deemed too risky. Humans, though fascinating, were unpredictable. Inside the ship, Commander Threx watched the skydivers through the holographic display, their translucent hands adjusting the controls with practiced precision. These humans defy reason, they said, their voice a series of melodic tones translated into speech by the ship's AI. To willingly throw themselves from such heights, it is madness. Science Officer Viral, who stood beside Threx, hummed in agreement. Their species appears to thrive on unnecessary risks. Perhaps it is a form of ritual or display. Threx's bioluminescent patterns flickered with curiosity. Fascinating. Maintain the cloaking field. We must observe further without revealing our presence. But even as Threx spoke, something unexpected happened. One of the skydivers, a figure clad in a bright red jumpsuit, veered off course. A sudden gust of wind caught their parachute, sending them hurtling toward the hidden Varan ship. "Commander!" Viral exclaimed, their patterns flaring with alarm. The human is on a collision trajectory. Threx's fingers danced across the controls, attempting to maneuver the ship out of the way. But it was too late. With a resounding thud, the human slammed onto the ship's hull, their body rolling awkwardly before coming to a stop. For a moment, there was silence. The Varan crew stared at their displays, their patterns pulsing with disbelief. "They've landed on us," Threx said, their voice tinged with incredulity. The human, oblivious to the nature of their newfound perch, scrambled to secure themselves against the wind. They tapped at their helmet, muttering something inaudible to the Varan. "What are they doing?" Viral asked, their voice a mixture of curiosity and panic. "They appear to be communicating," Threx replied, "or attempting to." The human, whose name tag read Alex, seemed to realize that their parachute was entangled in the ship's sensors. With a series of swift movements, they began untangling the cords, their actions efficient and determined. "They are attempting to free themselves," Viral observed. "Should we assist?" Threx hesitated. Direct contact with a human was strictly forbidden, but the situation was unprecedented. The ship systems were reporting minor damage, and the longer the human remained on the hull, the greater the risk of discovery. "Open the exterior hatch," Threx ordered at last. "Bring them inside." Viral's patterns flared with surprise. "Commander, are you certain?" Threx's tone was firm. "We cannot allow them to remain exposed." "Proceed." The ship's hatch slid open with a soft hiss, and a mechanical arm extended outward, its gestures precise and non-threatening. Alex, startled by the sudden movement, froze for a moment before cautiously reaching out to grab the arm. The mechanism guided them into the ship's airlock, where they were enveloped in a field of breathable atmosphere. As the airlock sealed behind them, Alex removed their helmet, revealing wide eyes and a face flushed with adrenaline. They stared at their surroundings, their expression a mix of awe and confusion. Threx and Viral watched from behind a transparent partition, their bioluminescence dimmed to avoid startling the human. "Welcome aboard," Threx said, their melodic voice calm and measured. Alex blinked, their gaze darting between the two aliens. Hi," they said, their voice tinged with disbelief. "I'm Alex. And you are?" Threx tilted their head, their patterns shifting in a display of curiosity. "We are the Varan," they replied. "And you, human, have just become our most unexpected guest." Alex's heart raced as they tried to process what was happening. The ship's interior was a surreal blend of organic and mechanical design, its walls pulsing faintly with an inner glow. The air was cool and smelled faintly of ozone, a stark contrast to the adrenaline-fueled chaos they had just experienced. "The Varan?" Alex repeated, their voice shaky. "I've never heard of you before. Are you extraterrestrial?" Threx finished, their bioluminescent patterns flickering in amusement. "Yes, though our presence here was intended to remain undiscovered." "Well," Alex said with a nervous laugh, "I guess I kind of ruined that plan." Viral stepped forward, their movements fluid and deliberate. "Your arrival was unexpected," they said. "But now that you are here, we must ensure your safety." Alex glanced around, their initial fear giving way to curiosity. "This place is incredible. How does it?" They hesitated, realizing they were rambling. "Sorry, I've got a lot of questions." Threx's patterns shifted to a soothing hue. "Questions are a natural response to the unknown," they said. "We will answer what we can." The conversation that followed was a mix of cautious exchanges and moments of mutual fascination. Alex learned that the Varin were explorers and scientists. Their mission focused on observing Earth's ecosystems and cultures without direct interference. In turn, Alex shared snippets of human life, from the thrill of skydiving to the wonders of Earth's landscapes. "Your species willingly subjects itself to such perilous activities?" Viral asked, their tone a mix of disbelief and admiration. "It's not just about the risk," Alex explained. "It's about the freedom, the rush of being alive. It's like flying, even if it's just for a moment." Threx tilted their head, their bioluminescence pulsing thoughtfully. "A fascinating perspective. Perhaps it is this embrace of uncertainty that defines your species' resilience." As the hours passed, Alex's initial tension began to ease. The Varin, though otherworldly in appearance, displayed a genuine curiosity and an unexpected sense of humor. Viral, in particular, seemed amused by Alex's attempts to describe Earth's culinary traditions, especially the concept of deep-fried food. "Your species consumes sustenance that has been submerged in boiling oil?" Viral asked, their patterns flickering with amusement. "Such a process seems excessive." Alex shrugged. "It's delicious, though. You haven't lived until you've tried a corn dog." The exchange was interrupted by a sudden alarm, the ship's walls pulsing with a bright, urgent light. Threx's patterns flared with intensity as they moved to the control console. "We are being scanned," they said, their voice tense. "Scanned?" Alex asked, their heart pounding. "By who?" "Another human vessel," Viral replied, their tone grim. "They appear to have detected our presence." The Varin ship's cloaking field, damaged by Alex's unintentional landing, had left them vulnerable. On the holographic display, a human military aircraft appeared, its sensors sweeping the area. "We must retreat," Threx said, their hands moving rapidly across the controls. "If they confirm our existence, it could escalate into a conflict." Alex stepped forward, their face pale. "Wait," they said. "If you run now, they'll think you're a threat. Maybe I can help." Threx turned to Alex, their patterns flickering with skepticism. "And how would you propose to do so?" Alex took a deep breath. "Let me talk to them. I'll tell them it was all a mistake, that I was skydiving and ended up here by accident. If I explain, maybe they'll back off." The Varin exchanged a glance, their patterns communicating silently. Finally, Threx nodded. "Very well," they said, "but understand this, human. If your plan fails, it could jeopardize the safety of both our species." Alex nodded, their determination outweighing their fear. "I won't let that happen." With the Varin's guidance, Alex activated the ship's communication system, their voice transmitted to the approaching aircraft. "This is Alex Monroe," they said, their tone steady despite the adrenaline surging through them. "I'm a civilian and I accidentally landed on this experimental aircraft during a skydiving trip. Please stand down. There's no threat here." The response was immediate. "Unidentified vessel, this is Air Force 17, a voice replied. "You are in restricted airspace. Identify yourself and prepare to be intercepted." Alex's heart sank. "They're not buying it," they muttered. "Let me try," Threx said, their voice calm but firm. Activating their translator, they addressed the aircraft. "We mean no harm," they said. "Our presence here is purely observational. The human aboard our vessel is unharmed and will be returned safely." The transmission was met with silence. Alex held their breath, the tension in the air almost palpable. Finally, the aircraft's response crackled through the speakers. "Acknowledged. Stand by for further instructions." "That's not a no," Alex said, glancing at Threx. "What now?" "Now," Threx replied, their patterns steady. "We wait." The tense silence was broken only by the soft hum of the ship's systems and the distant sound of the aircraft's engines. Alex shifted uneasily, glancing between Threx and Viral. "What happens if they decide you're a threat?" they asked. Threx's patterns flickered with a mix of caution and determination. "We will not engage in conflict," they said, "but we will defend ourselves if necessary." Alex swallowed hard, the weight of the situation pressing down on them. "There has to be a way to de-escalate this. They just don't understand what you're doing here." "Perhaps," Viral said, their voice thoughtful, "it is not just humans who need understanding. Our observation mission has always been one-sided. Perhaps this moment calls for something more direct." Threx turned to Viral, their patterns shifting in subtle agreement. "You propose an exchange of knowledge?" Viral nodded. "It may be the only way to demonstrate our intentions." Before Threx could respond, the communication system crackled to life. "Unidentified vessel, you are ordered to land at the the nearest secure location for inspection. Failure to comply will be considered an act of hostility. Threx's bioluminescence flared with urgency. We cannot comply. Our presence must remain concealed to prevent panic or escalation. Alex raised a hand. Wait, they said. What if I go with them? Threx and Viral stared at Alex, their patterns pulsing with shock. You would willingly leave our vessel? Threx asked. Alex nodded, their voice steady despite their fear. If it helps clear this up, yeah, I'll explain everything. They'll listen to me. Viral's patterns flickered with uncertainty. This is a significant risk, Alex. If they do not believe you, they will, Alex said firmly. But you need to promise me something. If things go south, you have to get out of here. Don't let them capture you. Threx hesitated, their patterns shifting rapidly as they considered Alex's proposal. Finally, they nodded. Very well. We will release you to the human authorities. But know this, Alex, your courage is remarkable. The ship descended to a clearing below, its cloaking field shimmering as it briefly deactivated. The aircraft circled above, its sensors locking onto the Varen vessel. Alex stood at the airlock, their parachute resecured and their heart pounding. Here goes nothing, they muttered. As the airlock opened, Alex was met with the cool rush of evening air. They stepped out onto the soft grass, raising their hands in a gesture of surrender as the aircraft landed nearby. Armed personnel emerged, their weapons trained on Alex. I'm unarmed, Alex called out, their voice steady. My name is Alex Monroe. I'm a civilian, and I accidentally landed on that ship during a skydiving trip. They're not hostile. The soldiers hesitated, exchanging uncertain glances. One of them stepped forward, a stern-faced officer who studied Alex intently. You're saying that thing isn't a threat? The officer asked. Alex nodded. That's right. They're researchers. They're just here to observe. They're not dangerous. The officer's gaze shifted to the ship, which remained stationary and silent. And why should we believe you? They asked. Because I've been on board, Alex said. I've talked to them. They saved me when I crash-landed on their ship. They could have hurt me, but they didn't. They're peaceful. The officer's expression remained skeptical, but their stance relaxed slightly. We'll need to take you in for questioning, they said. And we'll need to inspect that ship. Alex shook their head. I can't let you do that. They're trusting me to keep this peaceful. If you try to board their ship, it'll only make things worse. The standoff stretched into a tense silence. Finally, the officer lowered their weapon. We'll need a full debrief, they said. But for now, we'll stand down. As the soldiers retreated to their aircraft, Alex turned back to the Varen ship. Threx and Viral watched from the holographic display, their patterns glowing with relief. You succeeded, Threx said. They are withdrawing. Alex smiled, exhaustion and adrenaline mixing in their expression. I told you they'd listen. The Varen ship's engines hummed to life, its cloaking field reactivating. Our mission here must end, Viral said. This incident has compromised our anonymity. But before we depart, we wish to express our gratitude. The ship's systems emitted a soft glow, and a small object materialized in the airlock. Alex stepped forward, picking it up to reveal a crystalline pendant that shimmered with internal light. A token of our respect, Threx said. May it remind you of the connection we have forged. Alex slipped the pendant into their pocket, their heart heavy as the ship began to ascend. Will I ever see you again? They asked. Threx's patterns shifted into a steady pulse. The universe is vast, Alex, but our paths may yet cross. Until then, carry the light of understanding forward. As the ship vanished into the sky, Alex stood alone in the clearing, the pendant glowing softly in their hand. They knew their life would never be the same. Their encounter with the Varen a reminder of the vast possibilities that lay beyond the stars. And as they turned to face the waiting soldiers, Alex whispered to themselves, this is just the beginning. Months after the encounter, Alex's life had transformed in ways they could never have imagined. The pendant given to them by the Varen became both a keepsake and a mystery, a token of their extraordinary experience that pulsed softly with light whenever they held it. The media frenzy that followed their return had been overwhelming. Alex's story, though initially met with skepticism, gained traction after footage from the military aircraft leaked to the public. The video showed the cloaked ship's brief appearance and Alex's calm negotiation with the armed personnel. Humanity was divided in its reaction. Some celebrated the possibility of peaceful contact with extraterrestrial life, while others viewed it with suspicion and fear. Governments around the world scrambled to assess the implications, their policies swinging between cautious outreach and defensive measures. Alex, caught in the middle of it all, became an unwilling symbol of interspecies connection. They spoke at press conferences and forums, urging humanity to approach the unknown with curiosity and cooperation, rather than hostility. "The Varen didn't come here to invade or harm us," Alex said during one televised address. "They came to understand. They saw something in us worth studying, worth connecting with. Let's prove that they were right to trust us." Their words resonated with many, sparking movements and initiatives aimed at preparing humanity for future contact. The United Nations established the Council for Extraterrestrial Engagement, a body tasked with developing protocols for peaceful interaction with alien species. Alex, despite their reluctance, was offered an advisory role on the council. Meanwhile, Alex's personal life became a whirlwind of change. They moved to a quieter part of the country, seeking refuge from the relentless spotlight. There, they took up skydiving once more, finding solace in the rush of wind and the freedom of the skies. It was during one such dive, on a crisp autumn morning, that something extraordinary happened. As Alex descended through the clouds, the pendant in their pocket began to glow more brightly than ever before. A familiar hum filled the air, and when they looked up, they saw it, a Varen ship hovering just above them, its cloaking field shimmering. Alex's heart raced as the ship's airlock opened, and a beam of light enveloped them. They were gently pulled inside, where Threx and Viral waited, their bioluminescent patterns glowing with warmth. "Alex," Threx said, their melodic voice carrying a note of fondness. "It is good to see you again." Alex grinned, their eyes shining with emotion. "I thought I'd never see you again," they said. "What brings you back?" Viral stepped forward, their movements fluid and deliberate. "Your species has intrigued us further," they said. "We wish to learn more, and to share what we have learned in return." The conversation that followed was filled with excitement and curiosity. Alex shared updates on humanity's progress, including the establishment of the Council for Extraterrestrial Engagement. Threx and Viral, in turn, described the Varen's ongoing missions and their growing interest in forming meaningful connections with other species. "The universe is vast," Threx said, "and its mysteries infinite. But it is through connection that we find meaning." The Varen extended an invitation to Alex, a journey aboard their ship to explore the cosmos and deepen the bond between their species. Though the decision was daunting, Alex felt a deep sense of purpose, a calling they couldn't ignore. "Let's do it," Alex said, their voice steady with resolve. "Let's see what's out there." The journey that followed was beyond anything Alex could have imagined. They visited planets with crystalline forests, oceans that shimmered like liquid gold, and skies filled with twin suns. Along the way, Alex documented their experiences, sending transmissions back to Earth to share their discoveries and insights. These transmissions captivated humanity, igniting a sense of wonder and unity that transcended borders and divisions. For the first time in generations, humanity looked to the stars not with fear, but with hope. As the Varen ship traveled deeper into uncharted space, Alex reflected on how far they had come, from a chance skydiving mishap to becoming an ambassador for interstellar connection. The pendant around their neck pulsed softly, a reminder of the journey that had brought them here. And as the stars stretched endlessly before them, Alex knew that their story, and humanity's, was only just beginning. As Alex's journey with the Varen unfolded, their role as a bridge between species deepened. The Varen introduced Alex to other civilizations they had encountered, beings with forms, languages, and cultures that defied earthly imagination. Each encounter brought new challenges, as Alex navigated the complexities of interstellar diplomacy and sought to represent humanity with honesty and humility. One of the most profound moments came when the Varen ship arrived at a planet known as Orelise, home to the Lumavara, a species that communicated through patterns of light and sound. The Lumavara's cities shimmered like living mosaics, their structures pulsating with bioluminescent hues that reflected the emotions and thoughts of their inhabitants. The Varen had established a tenuous relationship with the Lumavara, but true understanding remained elusive. Alex, armed with their unique perspective as a human, took on the challenge of forging a deeper connection. Standing before a council of Lumavara elders, Alex donned a specialized suit provided by the Varen, its surface capable of mimicking the light patterns used by the Lumavara. "I come as a friend," Alex said, their voice translated into harmonic tones. "I wish to learn from you and share what I can in return." The elders regarded Alex with cautious curiosity, their lights shifting in complex patterns. For hours, Alex engaged in a delicate exchange of stories and questions, their suit flickering with the Lumavara's vibrant language. By the end of the meeting, the elders' lights glowed with what the Varen identified as approval. "You have done what we could not," Threx said afterward, their patterns pulsing with admiration. "Your species' ability to adapt and connect is truly remarkable." As word of Alex's efforts spread, they became a symbol of hope for interstellar unity. Back on Earth, their transmissions continued to inspire movements dedicated to collaboration, innovation, and exploration. The Council for Extraterrestrial extraterrestrial engagement expanded its mission, working to prepare humanity for the day when contact with alien civilizations would become a regular occurrence. But Alex's journey was not without its challenges. On a distant world, they encountered a species known as the Krythar, whose mistrust of outsiders had led to centuries of isolation. The Krythar viewed the Varen, and by extension Alex, with suspicion, their history scarred by conflicts with other civilizations. "Why should we trust you?" a Krythar leader demanded during a tense negotiation. "Your presence here is an intrusion, nothing more." Alex, though nervous, held their ground. "I can't undo the past," they said, "but I believe we can choose a different future. One where we work together, learn from each other, and find strength in our differences." The negotiations were arduous, but Alex's persistence and sincerity began to break down the barriers of mistrust. By the time the Varen ship departed, the Krythar had agreed to a cautious exchange of knowledge, a small but significant step toward reconciliation. As the years passed, Alex's reputation grew, their name becoming synonymous with courage, adaptability, and the power of connection. The Varen honored Alex with the title of Luminary, a designation reserved for those who had made extraordinary contributions to interstellar understanding. But for Alex, the greatest reward was the knowledge that their journey had sparked something greater than themselves, a movement that transcended borders, species, and worlds. On the 10th anniversary of their first encounter with the Varen, Alex returned to Earth for a historic gathering at the United Nations. Delegates from across the globe, along with representatives from the Varen and other allied species, assembled to celebrate the milestones achieved since that fateful day. Standing before the assembly, Alex spoke of the lessons they had learned. "The universe is vast," they said, their voice steady and clear, "and it is filled with wonders we can barely begin to comprehend. But the greatest lesson I've learned is this: it is through connection that we find our place in the cosmos. It is through understanding that we create a future worth striving for." The assembly rose in a standing ovation, their applause echoing through the chamber. For Alex, it was a moment of profound fulfillment, a reminder of how far they had come and how much further there was to go. And as the stars above shimmered with infinite possibilities, Alex knew that their journey was far from over. The light of discovery, connection, and hope would guide them and humanity into a future of boundless potential. Decades after Alex's first encounter with the Varen, their legacy had become a cornerstone of interstellar relations. The Galactic Unity Accord, signed by dozens of civilizations, was a testament to the power of connection and the shared pursuit of understanding. Its emblem, a crystalline pendant encircled by stars, was inspired by the gift Alex had received from the Varen on that fateful day. Alex, now an elder statesperson, remained an active voice for unity and exploration. Their travels with the Varen had spanned countless worlds, each one adding new threads to the tapestry of their experiences. But as they grew older, Alex found themselves drawn back to Earth, the planet that had shaped them and the species they represented. On the centennial of Alex's first skydiving encounter, a grand celebration was held at the newly established Stellar Nexus, a floating station at the edge of the solar system that served as a hub for interstellar diplomacy and discovery. The event drew beings from across the galaxy, each one carrying stories of how Alex's journey had inspired them. Among the speakers was Threx, whose bioluminescent patterns glowed with pride as they addressed the gathering. "Alex Monroe is more than a friend to the Varen," they said. "They are a luminary whose light has guided us all. Their courage and curiosity have shown us the path to harmony, and for that we are eternally grateful." As the speeches concluded, Alex took the stage, their voice steady despite the weight of the moment. "100 years ago, I jumped from a plane, expecting nothing more than the rush of freefall. What I found instead was a connection that changed my life and, I believe, the course of history. This moment is not just about the past, it's about the future we can create together. The universe is vast, and its wonders are endless. Let us explore them, not as isolated beings, but as partners in discovery." The crowd erupted into applause, their voices and lights merging in a harmonious display of unity. For Alex, it was a moment of profound fulfillment, a culmination of everything they had worked for. As the celebration continued, Alex stood on the observation deck of the Stellar Nexus, gazing out at the stars. Threx joined them, their patterns pulsing with a soft, steady glow. "You've come a long way, Alex," Threx said, their voice tinged with fondness. From an unexpected guest to an architect of the future, Alex smiled, their gaze fixed on the horizon. "And to think it all started with a skydiving mishap," they said with a laugh. "It's funny how life works." Threx's patterns flickered in agreement. "The smallest moments can spark the greatest journeys. And your journey, Alex, has illuminated the path for us all." As they stood together, the light of the Cosmic Unity Beacon, the newest addition to the Stellar Nexus, shone brightly, its rays rays reaching into the farthest corners of the galaxy. It was a symbol of hope, unity, and the boundless potential of connection. And as the stars above shimmered with infinite possibilities, Alex knew that the journey of discovery was far from over. With every new step, they carried the light forward, a beacon of understanding in an ever-expanding universe. For in the end, it was not just about the worlds they had explored or the alliances they had forged. It was about the shared journey that had made it all possible, a journey that began with a leap of faith and continued to shine brighter with every passing day. Millennia after Alex's fateful encounter, their story had become legend, a beacon of inspiration for countless generations. The Galactic Unity Accord evolved into the Cosmic Renaissance, an era marked by unprecedented exploration, innovation, and cultural exchange. Civilizations across the stars worked together to build the Infinity Path, a vast network of interstellar beacons that connected even the most distant regions of the galaxy. The Infinity Path's most remarkable feature was its ability to transmit stories, messages of hope, discovery, and resilience shared by beings from every known world. At the heart of the network was the Nexus Archive, a living repository of memories and experiences, where Alex's journey was preserved as a foundational tale. Visitors to the archive could walk through a holographic recreation of Alex's life, from their skydiving mishap to their role as a luminary of interstellar unity. The experience, designed to be both immersive and interactive, allowed beings to feel the wind of that first freefall, hear the hum of the Varen ship, and stand beside Alex during the signing of the Galactic Unity Accord. For many, the story of Alex Monroe was a reminder of the power of small moments to ignite great change. It inspired new generations to embrace curiosity and courage, to seek connection in the unknown, and to carry the light of understanding forward. On Earth, the Terra Nova spaceport, a state-of-the-art facility dedicated to interstellar travel, became a hub of activity, its launch pads bustling with ships bound for distant worlds. Above the main terminal, a massive mural depicted Alex's leap from the plane, their silhouette framed by a glowing sky. Beneath the mural was an inscription that read, "To leap is to discover. To discover is to connect." The Varen, whose relationship with humanity had deepened over the centuries, continued to play a vital role in fostering galactic harmony. Their bioluminescent patterns became a universal symbol of connection, their teachings integrated into educational systems across the galaxy. On the 1000th anniversary of Alex's journey, a galactic celebration was held, uniting civilizations in a display of solidarity and joy. The event, broadcast across the stars, featured music, art, and storytelling from every known world. At its climax, the Infinity Path's central beacon was reactivated, its light illuminating the galaxy with a message of hope. The light endures, the message declared. The journey continues. Together we shine. As the beacon's rays stretched into the universe, explorers ventured beyond the galaxy, seeking to extend the Infinity Path to new frontiers. Among them was a young human named Lyric, whose spirit of adventure was inspired by Alex's legacy. Standing aboard a ship bound for the Andromeda Expanse, Lyric gazed out at the stars, the crystalline pendant they wore catching the light. "Here's to the next leap," they said softly, their voice filled with determination. And as the ship disappeared into the horizon, the galaxy carried forward the lessons of Alex, the Varen, and the light that had guided them all. For in the end, it was not just about the destinations they reached. It was about the connections they forged, the stories they shared, and the boundless possibilities that lay ahead. The light of discovery, connection, and hope continued to shine, a beacon for all who sought to explore the infinite expanse of the cosmos. And as the stars above shimmered with untold mysteries, the journey of light and life remained eternal, a testament to the enduring power of curiosity, courage, and unity. In the eons that followed, the Infinity Path extended its reach into dimensions and realities once thought inaccessible. The beacons, now powered by quantum harmonics, linked galaxies across the multiverse, their light transcending time and space to illuminate the farthest corners of existence. Alex Monroe's legacy, once confined to Earth and its neighboring systems, became a universal emblem of connection and courage. On countless worlds, beings of every shape and form recounted their story, drawing inspiration from the moment a human leapt into the unknown and sparked a revolution of understanding. The Nexus Archive, now spanning an entire planetary system, evolved into the Nexus Sanctuary, a living monument to the journey of light and life. Its halls, carved from starlight and interwoven with the memories of countless civilizations, were a place of pilgrimage for those seeking wisdom, solace, or inspiration. Among the sanctuary's most revered spaces was the Hall of the First Leap, where Alex's crystalline pendant hung in a beam of eternal light. Visitors who stood beneath it described a sense of peace and purpose, as if the pendant carried the very essence of Alex's courage and curiosity. One such visitor was Aria, a young scientist from a distant spiral galaxy. Standing in the hall, they gazed up at the pendant, their heart filled with questions about the universe and their place within it. "What does it mean to leap?" they asked softly, their voice trembling with wonder. A guide, their form shimmering with the light of 1,000 stars, replied with a gentle smile. "To leap is to trust in the unknown, to embrace the possibility of connection, and to carry the light forward." Alex's leap was not just a moment in time. It was the beginning of an endless journey. As Aria left the sanctuary, their mind brimming with ideas, they resolved to follow in Alex's footsteps. Boarding a vessel bound for uncharted dimensions, they whispered a silent vow to the stars. "I will carry the light forward." The journey of light and life, once sparked by a single skydiving mishap, now spanned realms beyond comprehension. The Infinity Path's beacons pulsed with the shared energy of countless beings, their light a testament to the enduring power of connection. And as the multiverse shimmered with infinite possibilities, the legacy of Alex Monroe, the Varin, and the countless dreamers who followed them continued to shine, a beacon of hope, a call to adventure, and a reminder that even the smallest moments could ignite the brightest flames. For in the end, it was not just the leaps they took or the stars they reached that defined them. It was the stories they shared, the connections they forged, and the boundless potential they unleashed. And as the light of discovery stretched into the infinite expanse, the journey of life continued, eternal and radiant, illuminating the cosmos with its enduring glow. As the multiverse expanded, so did the lessons of Alex Monroe's journey. The Infinity Path's light became a universal language, bridging dimensions and realities with its harmonics. In one particularly distant realm, the path reached a civilization that communicated solely through gravitational waves, their existence previously undetectable by conventional means. The meeting was a marvel, as beings who had never known the concept of light felt its presence for the first time. The encounter with the Graviton Collective became a defining moment for the Infinity Path. The collective, whose existence spanned eons in a single moment, described the path's arrival as a ripple of harmony that resonated through their existence. "Your light carries the essence of connection," they said, their gravitational waves interpreted as sound. "We shall add our frequency to your symphony." With each new connection, the path grew brighter, its reach transcending even the boundaries of imagination. Beings once isolated by the vastness of existence found themselves united, their stories woven into the ever-growing tapestry of life. The lessons of Alex's leap echoed across dimensions, their courage and curiosity inspiring countless others to take steps into the unknown. On Earth, Alex's legacy was celebrated with a monumental endeavor, the Celestial Garden, a biosphere designed to reflect the diversity of life across the galaxy. The garden, situated beneath the Infinity Path's first beacon, became a place of learning and reflection. Its central pavilion housed artifacts from Alex's journey, including their skydiving helmet and the original crystalline pendant. Lyric, now a seasoned explorer, stood beneath the beacon during the garden's dedication ceremony. They looked up at the light, their mind filled with memories of their own adventures. "It all began with a leap," they said to the crowd, their voice carrying a note of reverence. "And it continues with every step we take together." As the garden's plants and creatures flourished, so too did the spirit of unity that Alex had ignited. The Celestial Garden became a symbol of resilience and harmony, its light visible even from orbit. And as the stars above shimmered with infinite possibilities, the journey of light and life continued, a boundless path illuminated by the courage of a single leap and the enduring power of connection. For in the end, the light was not just a beacon. It was a promise, a bridge, and a testament to the infinite potential of life. And as the Infinity Path's light stretched into the multiverse, it carried with it the essence of Alex Monroe's journey, the courage to leap, the strength to connect, and the wisdom to carry the light forward into an eternal future. In the vast reaches of the multiverse, where even light itself could not always reach, the Infinity Path became a phenomenon beyond comprehension. Its beacons, powered by the unified energy of countless civilizations, resonated with frequencies that transcended time and space, awakening dormant dimensions and revealing hidden layers of existence. One such layer, known simply as the Veil, was discovered by an exploratory team led by Lyric. The Veil was a shimmering plane where memories from all realities converged, a living archive that reflected the collective experiences of the multiverse. Within its depths, Lyric found echoes of Alex Monroe's journey, their voice, their courage, their leap into the unknown. Standing in the Veil's luminescent expanse, Lyric felt the weight of the connection Alex had forged. "This is what it means to carry the light," they said softly, "to leave a part of yourself behind so that others may find their way." The discovery of the Veil marked a new chapter for the Infinity Path. Its harmonic frequencies were integrated into the path's beacons, creating a resonance that united realities in ways no one had thought possible. Beings from realms once thought unreachable began began to emerge, their perspectives enriching the multiverse's understanding of itself. Back in the Nexus Sanctuary, the Hall of the First Leap was expanded to include a new installation, the Veil Resonator, a device that allowed visitors to glimpse the multiverse's interconnected nature. Standing before it, visitors could see their own light woven into the cosmic tapestry, a reminder that every leap, no matter how small, contributed to the whole. One such visitor, a child from a distant star system, stood transfixed before the resonator. "Am I part of this?" they asked, their voice filled with wonder. A guide, their form shimmering with the patterns of 1,000 worlds, nodded. "You are," they said, "and so is everyone you meet. The light connects us all." The child's smile reflected the glow of the resonator, their curiosity ignited. "Then I want to carry the light too," they said. As the centuries passed, the infinity path continued to grow, its beacons stretching into realms yet unexplored. The light of Alex Monroe's journey, once a single spark, now illuminated the vast expanse of the multiverse. Their story, preserved in every beacon and every heart, became a guiding force for those who dared to leap into the unknown. And as the stars above shimmered with infinite possibilities, the journey of light and life remained eternal, a testament to the courage of a single leap, the power of connection, and the boundless potential of discovery. For in the end, it was not the stars themselves that defined the multiverse, but the light that bound them together, the light of hope, curiosity, and unity, carried forward by all who dared to dream.